Hi, this is my discussion 6 post. Janet and Jeanette were walking to school, each walking at the same rate. Jeanette started first. When Jeanette walked 6 blocks, Janet has walked 2 blocks. How far will Janet be when Jeanette is at 12 blocks? The answer to the first question is Janet will still be 4 blocks behind because they are walking at the same rate, so 8 blocks. This situation describes the distance or difference between the girls in an additive situation. If the problem is solved incorrectly through multiplicative reasoning, you will get 4 blocks. So the first situation is additive. The second question says Lisa and Linda are planting corn at the same farm. Linda plants 4 rows and Lisa plants 6 rows. If Linda's corn is ready to pick in 8 weeks, how many weeks will it take for Lisa's corn to be ready? So the answer is it will take 8 weeks for the corn to grow, regardless of how many rows were planted. If the problem is solved using multiplicative reasoning, the incorrect answer is 12 weeks. So the second situation is constant. The final situation is multiplicative, and the answer is 12 ounces. And the question stated, Kendra and Kevin are baking cookies using the same recipe. Kendra makes 6 dozen and Kevin makes 3 dozen. If Kevin is using 6 ounces of chocolate chip, how many ounces will Kendra need? And she will need 12 ounces. What are the differences in the wording of the situations that distinguish between the types of relationships? In additive relationships, the focus is on joining, separating, or comparing amounts by addition or subtraction. The wording would be how many more or what is the total. In constant relationships, the same amount is repeatedly added or subtracted over time. The wording that would be used in constant relationships or constant word problems would be each time, every day, every hour, or every week. In multiplicative relationships, quantities are scaled up or down through multiplication or division. And the wording for these problems would be how many times more or less, and the product of. The last question for the discussion says, how can you help students distinguish between these types? I read in the textbook that the way to get students to distinguish between the types of reasoning is to provide opportunities for them to make additive and multiplicative observations about a situation and compare their responses. Bye.